Growing up, we lived kind of rough. My parents weren't really there, in and out of the picture. We stayed with my grandma quite often. The times we were with my mom and father, we definitely seen the drug abuse and the alcoholism. I started getting into heavy drugs at the age of 13. Never would go to school because I'd be under the influence. It led me to being homeless and not having anywhere to go. If I was at school, I only made it for, I'd say, a week before I was suspended or expelled. In the park I used to stay at, I know I had engraved a couple little areas that were more secluded and designated where I felt that I was safe, or I felt that I was in the dark enough where there's not a lot of light where I can actually stay and not be bothered. So I was strung out for several months where it caused me where I wasn't eating anything or drinking anything. I'd get very dehydrated or very hungry. The times I was hungry, I'd go around begging people. It did come in and cause a lot of theft for me to go in grocery stores and take what didn't belong to me just to be able to eat something or drink something. I ended up getting picked up. At the time I was on probation, so one of the nights I got picked up for being out past curfew while I was on probation. So that became like a violation of probation in a sense, and I ended up going to jail. I figured, hey, it's a hot and a cot, you know, I get to eat there, I get a place to sleep, why not just go back to jail again? So that's where it came in, where I just got back out and just ended up going back to jail. So I had got out of jail and I was literally walking to a dealer's house. I looked over and there was a big Jobs of Hope sign sitting outside on a porch deck. I walked down the block and I was gonna just keep walking, but something told me, hey, you need to go back there. I've heard of the program before through others, through also people trying to pick me up at the library I used to be really strung out at and telling me about, hey, this will change your life, you need to come try this. That day, instead of kept walking, I turned around, walked up to the door and stared at it for a few minutes, hesitating to like, do I knock? Do I ring the doorbell? What if this isn't for me? What do I do? Right as I was turning around to walk away, I got approached by a gentleman and he said, hey, come with me. You need me right now. And then he just really knew at that moment I needed a prayer. That prayer just connected me with him and the Jobs of Hope more than anything in my life. From there, that became my stepping stone of what I was going to use to get rid of the past of how I was living and what I can do for the future. I did have a daughter at a young age, so all I kept thinking about through that time he was praying for me was, what can I do to be a better father, to give this young child a life that she deserves and not that I have. So I took that, and the next day I had to go to another class. Day after that, I had to go to another class, and another class just let in. If you're gonna be surrounding yourself with negativity, your life's gonna end up being negative. If you chase after the positive, your life's gonna remain positive. I started bringing more consistency to the table of where it would help me and save me. That consistency led me to doing a lot of jobs for them through the Jobs of Hope and actually getting to go out and see myself as more, you know? Other than feeling less, I felt more. I did this job and I did a great job at it. Oh, it felt great. As from there, I kind of just quit cold turkey. Took the fall down, almost put me in the hospital, and I just couldn't look back. Just, what's the future gonna take me? Where am I going with the future? This little girl needs me the most. I then just started fighting for custody for my daughter, and I learned the consistency through the Jobs of Hope, so I just told myself, stay consistent, stay consistent. And through that positivity, I had redeemed full custody of my daughter, and then I was introduced to actually this company I'm with now. And now today I have a beautiful big house, several vehicles that I never thought I would have, a beautiful little boy, going to be getting married, you know. Got rid of my ego and really just picked up, who am I, who's the person that's inside. So instead of that guilty guy I used to be, I'm now a man that is full of responsibility and humbleness, and without the Jobs of Hope program, that would have never even made me become the man who I am today.